Ian, if you raised $5 million for a startup, would you pay yourself more than or less than $100,000 salary per year?
More.
You'd pay yourself more to get VC money?
No, I wouldn't get VC money. That'd be the last resort, not the first resort, I would suggest. The discussion, I think one of your previous guests had, was around value and that sort of thing.
Yep.
And establishing what your value is in the business and all that sort of thing. Okay. So I'm more down that path than down the keep it lean, eat noodles out of your parents' garage, start it up like that type of mindset. So.
Right now, it's probably a good time to ask you this, but right now, what is the toughest thing you face in your career as what do you call yourself?
Look, I started out as, when we started this thing, was director of design or redesign or something like that. We changed that to chief operating officer for a little while.
Okay.
So I've kind of been running with that. The main thing that I think we're struggling with and I'm trying to wrap my arms around is dealing with the growth and managing the growth. So as the business is going beyond the immediate circle of people that we know and that have worked together previously, and trying to look at how you bring in new people, who you bring in, how that changes dynamics, relationships, all of these things start to ratchet and ramp up. All of that, putting that into the melting pot and seeing how that, still delivering good stuff for clients, that's the challenge. That's a big thing.
With all of that said, what would be your number one tip? It's probably a HR question now, really, isn't it?
Yeah, when you start out, you got to do everything. Right? I would think treating everyone as an individual. What's important to me and what motivates me form the basis of my assumption about what other people may want. Now, that's not necessarily the case. Other people might want different things out of work, out of life, where their priorities sit. Are they really career driven and they just want to gun it and just smash this thing, and they're going to work 80 hours and they're not going to care? Or are they doing that and they're going to do a good job and they're going to work hard, but they're not motivated to do all of, they're going to get married soon, or, whatever it might be. You have to get at least some understanding of that, because that informs the way you then engage with that person.
Yeah.
And so if you don't and you make assumptions, what I might think, just because someone's at a certain stage of life, I might assume family's, really important to them, whatever, and they're happy to do heaps of work and they just want to get loaded up and they really love that. So, it goes both ways.
What's one thing that you do to try and understand them? Because I know a lot of people really don't know what they want in life. So within your situation, what's one thing you do to try to...
But a bit of it's time. I think that there's not really this concept of quality time. That's kind of a bit of BS, I think. It's just time, right? You need to be doing stuff. Just grabbing people for lunch, grabbing people for coffee. Yeah. That's a really precious investment for people to make, is to spend time with you, or you with them. They're not just, a means to an end to achieving the goal of the business. They're individuals that are unique and deserve to be treated with respect. And if you do that sort of thing, then I think generally people are good employees or good workers, or just good to get around. You have a good culture in your business. If you don't do that and people feel like they're just turning up to achieve my goal or a goal for the business or whatever, and they have no inherent value, then they're going to get a little bit annoyed and they're going to get jackass. And they might do it, and then you'll never be able to pay them enough money to keep them. And
cutting to the next question, Ian.
Yep.
What's the dumbest thing you're seeing in the tech industry right now across Australia?
I thought a bit about this one.
Okay.
If I was to go really macro, the biggest thing is the massive valuations on tech companies right now.
Right.
That are not based in any way on value. Right? A really specific example, Uber, great stuff. Lots of people use it. But as a company, like the valuation, they've just gone out and got another literally $1 billion. Another $1 billion of money to largely fund their operations, including things like lawsuits and all the other things that they're dealing with, right? And yet their valuation went up. Now, and so they're at about $40 billion US, right? Now, there's no way on their, what they actually do.
They could cash that check.
No. So, and that's just one example. That's not to say that they're, nothing inherently bad, but their valuations, so the market, in terms of the capital market, is doing dumb stuff. Why should we care about that? Because as soon as an Uber or a high-profile tech company, and take the Uber scenario, if, for example, they get a run of bad decisions in the courts, then it collapses in on itself, then that's all the press about, how tech's that, whatever. And then try and get your VC money, or then try and get stuff. That's what we should be concerned about, because then it'll be tough, right?
Okay.
So I think we're in a bit of a bubble. On another thing that is more of like a passion thing is around tech companies that don't pay a lot of tax in really any country, don't really look after the people that manufacture their product and make a lot of money, so it's not like they can't do those things.
It's ridiculous.
I have a bit of a moral objection to that, and that we think that's okay. Like globally, society, we kind of, and there's lots of external funds to be repatriated into countries like US, like Australia and other places, UK, where these companies kind of exist, and they make a lot of their money in these developed economies and all this stuff, but they don't actually, get the stuff made there. And I don't have any problem with stuff being made in China. Look after the Chinese workers. If they're good workers and they deliver the product, no problem with that. That's not the objection. Look after them. That's probably the thing that I look at and go, yeah, societally, that's not a good thing that we all encourage, and that everyone gets so excited and all the fanboy stuff. And that's great. That's cool. People are into it, but let's look at them as a corporate citizen and everything else they do, right?
Follow-up question to this is going to be, I'm very interested to hear your answer, because what are you doing about that again?
Nothing about the last one other than whinging. But the Uber one...
Do you have it? Do you have an iPhone?
No.
Well, that's
so something. I've actually got off that ecosystem, right? So
there you go.
In terms of the valuation stuff and in terms of the bubble, it's about making sure that when everything you're doing is really focused on the actual value you're delivering. If it's got to be tied back to real value that they're delivering now, and a lot of IT stuff, it's about an end customer or something like that. Because if you're delivering value, you'll always have a market. What I'm doing about that, create real value.
In your companies.
In our company, what you do in your interactions with people, even, you can bring it right down. Then that kind of insulates you from broader things, which you can't control anyway, really. Another example, right? So if we go down this whole value thing, about people like to get paid lots of money, right? So, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. That's good. Oftentimes, maybe technical people who don't necessarily understand that to be able to pay them really well, that has to translate fairly directly back to value that they create in the business. It's not just about the market pays developers a certain rate.
Very interesting. That's a whole other show in itself, that one there. This question here, which I'm asking everyone, it's not about business. This is any area in your life, Ian. What are you not doing day to day that you should be doing?
I should probably be doing a bit more fitness stuff, a bit more training than what I'm actually doing at the moment. So I think all the stuff I talked about before, about all the people stuff, and as leadership part of it, just valuing people and spending and doing that, I think I'd do that okay, but I don't think I'd do it as well as what I like, and probably not as well as I just said it to you just before, right?
Okay.
That's, I think, the stuff that has lasting impact.
It does. Legacy.
Yeah, that's mostly what I think I need to keep working on.
Now's your time to humble brag, Ian. What's something that you've done really recently that you're most proud of?
When you asked me that question, the thing that came to mind was my kids.
Okay.
This year, and just so I got 2 girls. The progress they've made this year is probably what I'm most proud of.
Oh right, like
I think
academically?
Yeah, at school and just as people and all that sort of stuff. Little human beings sort of growing up in the world and try not to screw them up too much along the way.
Crazy.
So there's that stuff. The other thing it isn't work related. I do some martial arts and different things like that. Okay. And this year I've started a bit more serious in terms of some of the training that I've done.
That's fitness
in terms
related.
Of fitness, yeah, I do a bit of that. The training stuff was more for my own benefit because I wanted to train other people.
Yeah.
So they get better, so I could train better.
Yeah.
And that's all good fun. And the big buzz I got was some of the guys that I've been working with for most of this year. Did some gradings and stuff recently.
Yeah, right.
And they did really well. The stuff that I like and what I'm focused on and motivated towards sort of in the medium term, creating space for other people to be really awesome. I get more of a buzz out of creating opportunities and creating space for other people to really excel and shine and be their best.
Alright, thank you for watching. You've been off the cliff.